Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to make a video just kind of discussing the marketplace for Union Arena, discussing some prices, especially with the first ever Volume 2 that we got in Union Arena, just talking about some changes in the prices of Volume 1 cards, as well as where some of the newer cards are sitting. And yeah, just sort of make a video breaking it down for anybody that might be curious, and we're also going to dive into the alt arts as well. If you guys do enjoy these, definitely drop a like to let me know. I generally like to keep an eye on the market every once in a while, especially for like the cost of like the cards when it comes to the playability of them. But again, I like to look at alt art prices as well and just keep an eye on everything, especially watching them fluctuate because it could be really interesting. So yeah, as I was saying, this is our first ever Volume 2 that we got for Bleach. So I was curious to see if we were going to get some increases in prices from Volume 1 cards, and we definitely did. Toshiro got some good support, so over the last few months you were able to pick him up as low as $1, as upwards to like $4, but then once Volume 2 came out, you can definitely see here that he skyrocketed at least a couple bucks here, which is pretty interesting to see, because again, he got some really good support, versus if we go to real quick the next page over here, we've still got the like yellow cards here, or like the green old man didn't get any direct support. I still feel like he's a pretty strong deck, not gonna lie, but as you can see, it's not like he's skyrocketed in value on top of just how many are available. There's currently a lot on the market, so that doesn't help either. But overall, that's the number one thing we're looking at with the base SRs is how playable the cards, especially with the set 1 cards like Uebaha, our cheapest SR out of the 3. By the way, we're just looking at Sword Art, Black Clover, and Bleach today. Yeah, if you guys can't tell here, yeah, obviously if they're not getting the most support in their Volume 2s, they're gonna still hover around their cheap price. Yeah, we've got some pretty cheap SRs off the rip, even just straight out of Volume 2. Mayuri you can get for around 75 cents. It's pretty crazy. Again, from a playability standpoint, I think it's awesome. And assuming they do get some strong support in Volume 3, if you're keeping your eyes on the decks and you think they're gonna get some good support eventually, you got a hunch. Pick them up while they're cheap. You know what I mean? You're only investing a few bucks for a full playset if you don't have any. But yeah, regardless, these are gonna be the cheapest SRs. Again, most of these are Volume 1s here for at least the Bleach stuff, minus the Mayuri. And then looking at SAO as well, as you can see, yeah, these are just not the strongest decks, just compared to what we have in Union Arena when it comes to like removal or rushing your opponent, like you can do with some of these other decks. Also, yeah, it's interesting to see that like even the brand new Kenpachi SRs are pretty much going technically for a cheaper price than the set 1 Toshiros. So it'll be interesting to see in the future, especially again, as you can see, listings, there's only 26 left. It'll be interesting to see how quantities and just Volume 2s in general affect the marketplace. But yeah, taking a look at some of the best SRs that you can get from the newer sets here. As you can see, Sinon is going to be the best card you can get, along with Asuna from SAO. I personally love the blue SAO deck, but I've seen the green SAO deck go crazy for sure. Blue Kirito, these are all holding their price. And also, I did want to mention that as well. This is about a week after launch, 2 weeks after pre-releases or release events. So you'll definitely start to see the prices sort of normalize and balance out as of like right now. I'd say, like, for example, these mimosas, it was so funny, like a week ago, these mimosas were about $5. And then these Yamis were about $4 averaged. So I traded them 1 for 1 without really caring, and I really don't care, helping the homies out. But fast forward a week later, mimosas are averaging around $9 on the market, $8 to $9. These Yamis are now about $2. So yeah, just keep that in mind when it comes to really any set in the first week or two. I would even say as early as this, the prices you might want to take with a bit of a grain of salt. But like SAO, for example, this set's been out for about a month now, a little longer, and yeah, the Asuna and the Kirito have been balancing around this price range. Kirito dropping more than the Asuna, but for sure holding their values currently, which is cool to see. So I would assume that the mimosas, unless, again, 15 listings doesn't go up any higher anytime soon, or if anything just goes down, that would affect the prices for sure. That'll be interesting to see, because I know that reprints aren't going to be a huge thing in Union Arena. From what I'm hearing, at least, we don't know. We're still pretty early into the English sets and whatnot. So yeah, assuming quantities stay low, and if the demand ever goes up, if the player base ever skyrockets for some reason, it would be interesting to see if that ever affects values. So could be watching this, picking up $6 Mariolonas, and then when set 2 Black Clover comes out, they might be worth double this because of just quantity and demand. Who knows? But regardless, yeah, it's really interesting to see how the prices fluctuate here. But yeah, honestly thought the Rukias were going to go for a bit more. Again, it comes down to supply and demand too at the end of the day. Let's see here. Marialona's going around $4. Kenpachi's another set 1 card that it was, again, it was just so cheap. That was the thing. Like, it did go up to $4 currently, average, but like they were just, you could pick them up for $1 before. So keep that in mind with the volume 1s. If you know some volume 2s are coming out, there's some decks you know you're gonna want to play. You know they're gonna get good potentially. Pick up the volume 1 cards while they're cheap for sure. Because, yeah, I can tell you for sure, picking up a full playset for $1 each versus $4 each, especially for multiple decks, will add up, no question. Personal opinions on stuff, I mean, it kind of, yeah, I really like the Purple Black Bulls deck. I think it's like I don't know if it's a top tier deck, but I don't think it's like a mid deck at all. I think it's really strong and has a lot of potential. So the fact that you can pick up this playset for as cheap as it is really cool to see. Honestly, I thought this Uno, and I know the Os is going for a little bit more from the green deck, I thought they were gonna be a little bit more sought after. Yeah, Uno's going for $2, Os is going for, okay, yeah, about $3 too, yeah. And again, that's kind of just, I would say that's like what the average SR price balances out to, is about $3 to $5, and then you just go up from there when it comes to the more sought after, more top tier decks for sure. And then taking a look at the alternate arts, obviously starting out with the big cards here, the big signatures. It's kind of crazy, actually. We are actually seeing some sales for the 3-star Asuna. I'm wondering if this is people like completing their collection, like they got the Kirito and they're just like, screw it. But I mean, one sold for $1,000 apparently on 530, so that is pretty crazy. Versus, the reason I bring up actual sales is because like this Rukia here, we have no market price value on like these signatures and whatnot, these 3 stars, etc., because no one's bought them yet. So while you do see a $750 price tag, there's not too much to back it off of. I think there's like a $700 sale on eBay for a Rukia, so, you know, there's other marketplaces, but when people are just basing it off a TCG player, yeah, the Asuna has already sold a couple, which is crazy. Yeah, looks like set 1 3-star Ichigo. Again, if you're thinking about buying 3 stars, hey, I picked up a 2-star Saitama, right? I traded in my 2-star for one. Somebody might be thinking to do the same thing. But yeah, that's crazy. 3-star Asuna is going for, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? What people want, $300 for the Kirito. But anyway, so yeah, that's going to be the signature values off the rip here. Still really cool to see. I'm glad to see that a lot of the signatures are holding a 150 plus value. I think if you're letting your signatures go for under 100, I hope one day, not that you regret it, but I hope these go up in some, like, if there's anything that's sought after in the future from this, it's got to be the signatures, right? Some of these look so nice, dude. Like, come on. Like, I don't know, like, Byakuya fans, dude, come on, that's so sick. I almost want to pick up a Toshiro signature for this little, that's so wild, dude. Again, these are case hits. These look so good in person, too. But regardless, yeah, these are the signatures. Looks like SAO signatures still holding most value here. Asta doing 175 right now. Again, a lot of it based off of like 1 or 2 sales. But again, I think letting your signatures go for under 100 is a mistake, I'll be honest. But yeah, it looks like cheapest signature from Bleach set 1 would be Ugrum for 45. If you're a Ugrum fan, I think that's a massive W. And then moving on to the alternate arts here. Dang, that's crazy. The Xenon and the Kirito alt are still holding some nice value. Same with the Asta. Again, if you don't know, these are just the 1 stars. These are the rarities right under signatures. Marialona going for, see, and this is another thing to look at too. You might see $14.99 here, but remember, marketplaces, I'd say definitely keep your eye on the market value. Like, if you're a buyer, go for the cheapest one. If you're a seller, like, look at this, some people are valuing them above $30, so just keep that in mind, honestly, as well. If you're newer to TCG player like I was, and sort of still am, while you do see $14.99 and you can buy it for that price, I just keep in mind that this is probably more like a $20 altar right now. Regardless, it is nice to find those little dubs when you can. I've picked up some really nice cheap cards. And looking at the rest of the alt arts here, yeah, it definitely looks like they're averaging out around $20 to $15 a piece. Let's see if the Toshiro alt, oh, yep, yeah, along with the SR, of course, the Toshiro alt has gone up. Again, only like $3. You could have gotten it for as low as like 14 a few months ago. And then keep in mind, the volume 2 sets in Japan are available to look at. I generally wait until the English sets are out to dive into them. But you can always like gauge which volume 1 cards you think might be worth picking up earlier while they're cheaper before the volume 2s drop, and give yourself a little heads up, because that could happen, you know. Ichigo around 16. I swear this card's been dropping. It was like 23 up until, oh wow, it actually started dropping once Volume 2 came out. So that's another interesting thing too. We'll see that, like, along with the Ichigo and some other cards, people were kind of waiting until Volume 2 to come out. Saw that, you know, directly this Ichigo specifically, and like Byakuya didn't get as much direct support as other decks, or as good of support, like the Green Toshiro, for example. So you could just see the prices starting to drop a little bit. That's really interesting. Let's see here. Oh, what the heck? $1? Is this real? What? All right, tuner next week. Did we save $8 on an alternate art Charlotte? Let's see what happens with that. But on the topic of $2 alt arts, they are out there. They're just not, they just might not be the most sought after cards. So again, these alts look so good in person. Keep that in mind. So even if you're just collecting them just for the collectability, I'm doing that, but also getting them for like the playability as well from like my favorite decks. Oh, that's crazy, the SR alts. And that's the other thing too. I know that like these are different rarity alts. Like this is a common alt, this is an SR alt. Honestly though, like I would kind of like, every box just has 1 or 2 alternate arts. So just keep that in mind. The prices are really just going to vary on how playable the card is going to be more than anything. The disrespect on the cheapest card in the game, Kisuke. And yeah, I guess again at the end of the day, these prices really just come down to playability. Like, I'll be honest, from a purple Bleach player, I'm not really using that card, especially with like Volume 2. It's not really going to help that there's better cards to run now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, just keep in mind, scrolling through these every once in a while, seeing that some are way lower than you ever think they would be, seeing if there's a good deal on the market. Like, for example, that Marielona alt, I would say, is also in a really good spot if you're trying to pick this up. Like, I don't know if you're going to see any under $20 anytime soon. So that's really cool to see. Like, how many could you get right now under 20? Oh, never mind. Maybe. And again, this is another thing. Don't take the market price. You know, take the market price with a grain of salt too. While it says $23 for the market price, you can literally get a full playset for under 20 a piece right now. So just keep that in mind as well. And with how new the sets are still, you'll see that the prices are still changing. Versus like SAO, this Xenon alt, for example, you could have gotten it for as low as 20, but now this is going to be the average price. I don't think this is going down anytime soon. Maybe in the next month or two, and as sets release, of course. But also, we got SAO Volume 2 coming out in January, I believe. So that's when we'll see the Volume 1 cards begin to change and whatnot. Pretty interesting to see. But yeah, that is the marketplace. Was there anything else we wanted to look at? And again, we've also got these signatures on the end here that just have no sales. I also like to, for anybody looking for like hard sales, eBay, especially if like on the marketplace there was no sold. So once you look, for anyone that might not know, once you look up a card, you're going to want to go to filters. This is a lot easier to do on mobile, I feel like. But here you go, show only sold. What the heck? There's no way. Oh, that's the action point. That's crazy. Someone bought the action point for $100. I mean, again, this is a case hit. This is a case hit. Rukia, that's crazy. 145 for the freaking AP. That's wild. Yeah, I really like looking at eBay sold because you can also see some interesting things for sure, because people don't look at TCG Player, man. A lot of people don't, and I feel like that is the most reliable marketplace in my opinion. But as you can see, there is sold listings here, 700 for the Rukia, so that's definitely a fair price for it. That's crazy that the Asuna is going for 1,000. Oh my god, someone bought it for $1,000. That might be, hold on, yep, that's crazy. Wait, yeah, high to low, yeah. This is every 3-star in Union Arena. I mean, and yeah, the Asuna's by far sold for the most. So yeah, this is officially the most expensive Union Arena card. Oh my gosh, there it is. As of making this video, folks, as of, when was this sold? As of literally the 30th of May, we officially have our most expensive Union Arena card. That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, never mind. Maybe this is the most expensive Union Arena card ever sold. Serial card number 4, Tanjiro, for $2,000 back in February. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the serials, that's right, and how, like, you never know, you hit someone's favorite number. That's crazy, or like number 1. And I don't think all the serials have been pulled or definitely posted. We need like a tracker on that. If there's like a tracker for the serial numbers that I'm unaware of, let me know. I'd love to take a look at that. Because yeah, some sets have the 0 out of 100 stamped serial cards or signatures. Interesting. But when it comes to signatures, at least, this Asuna is who you want to chase. That's crazy. That is so crazy. But yeah, like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.